At
Heck,
Columbia, do you think sometimes the seminary education can actually mess you up?
um, I'll pause until you answer the phone. Either
Where were we?
the question about seminary learning.
Oh yeah, you think sometimes they mess you up because I've heard some people in Asbury told me that you just have to watch out. You have to discern because sometimes the education is the other way around, where you expect to go seminary and learn more about this, but sometimes they put you on the spot that question your faith even.
I wasn't questioning about faith. I was more question. My whole thing was academics, because I was fighting faith, from previous experiences.
Okay.
But it was more about. I would say for me personally, it was more about trying to be. I had the struggle of trying to be as equal as everybody else.
Even at Columbia?
Even in Columbia, because there was that there was a there was a people in the class where they had something to say and things like that, and
Oh wow, really? So it's still majority Caucasian.
well, and at CIU,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's majority because it's so international.
Right.
You're getting folks from not only from out of the country, but you're getting folks from South Carolina. South Carolina's half black, supposed to be, or supposedly. South Carolina is supposedly half black, and I saw more of the black people during the weekend classes than I would during like the week classes.
Yeah.
Like once a week classes. But in general, it was more about, for me, because I would probably have to be careful of it. Some of us probably had the knowledge. We said a lot of good stuff. Some of us said good stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we put had the wisdom for it, or like I just wanted to put, the stuff that I heard, or maybe the stuff I read, it was good. And then there was the part where I just later on I was like, man, I wanted to be in the church. The Chinese church was so influential, or it made a big impact on, and I didn't know it. I was like, I didn't know God wanted me to be in the Chinese church. I didn't know He wanted me to do Sunday school and help youth group. And I was like, He knew what I did, and He knew the direction. He knows the direction I'm going. But I didn't know He was taking me this, because if He would have told me, I would have been like, are you kidding?
Yeah, right.
But as far as the classes and stuff, very helpful. I have much love for Greek.
Was it really hard?
It's really hard. I mean, to me, it's really hard. I know there are some folks who had it easier, because they put their mind to it. Some of us have to put our mind to something, really have to work hard for it, because we may not understand it. I appreciated I appreciated the Bible stuff, because it was broken down into 4 parts, like Genesis to Song of Solomon, then the prophets, and then the Gospels, and then Acts to Revelation. And I appreciate those classes because the teachers had not only they had the notes and everything, they had the ability to teach it and back it up. They made it comfortable for some of us who didn't know how to raise our hand, be able to talk, some of them. And then there's the teachers who will get on you if you did not do your work. I remember one professor, we were discussing the test, and I was basically going over the test. I did decent on the test, but I was basically wanting to see if I could go over to see if I can do better next time. And he flat out told me I did not study.
Oh wow!
I heard it in his voice and everything, and then I was like, oh, it's it was one of those convicted moments. And but not only he said that, he said we prayed afterwards.
Okay.
And I went back in my room, feeling bad a little bit, feeling bad. But after that, I studied, and the next test I got an A. I went back and I just basically asked him, "Can you lower my grade?" I mean, we need more professors like that because some of us, and he was like that in the class too, where he would basically tell people you're not doing your work or you're not studying.
Face on.
Face on.
Yep.
But the difficulties, some of the difficulties in just trying to be with the herd.
Yeah.
You know, be like the herd, or you know, be like everybody else. That was my fitting in and stuff like that. And then, you know, I guess once you shed that off, things will get better. Like, I knew my best year was 2011, fall 2011. I don't know why it was my best academic year. But before that I was struggling. But a little bit later on, those were my best years. Were like, that was my best year, and I forgot. I need to find out what classes I took. But you know, kind of one of them was a youth class. But once you trying to shed what's holding you back internally, once you try and just come clean, you'll do better. You won't be worrying about things like I have to, you know, be as smart as them, or I have to, you know, ask smart questions, or I have to look or be interpreted as smart, you know, perceived as smart or whatever, or know the Bible, you know, things like that. Of course, we all need to know the Bible, you know, and meditate on it day and night and all that stuff. And you know, we're not perfect at it, but it doesn't mean we have to stop. But you know, once a person just sheds those, just shed whatever, you know, is holding them back, they can become a better student. You know, and of course you have like some of the seminary things. I don't know what it's like in Asbury. You know, I know CIU, there were different things. There were different groups. You know, different things based off of the groups or what church you went to. You know, things like that. I know when I announced that I went to a Chinese church, folks was kind of stunned a bit. A few folks were stunned. But they said as long as they preach something good, that they were okay.
In Columbia or here?
In Columbia.
Oh wow! At first, yeah.
Yeah, at first. You know, but maybe because South Carolina is not known for integrating as well. You know, they still have the rebel flag.
Oh really? You still see them somewhere?
Because it was up on the pole at the one of the main buildings downtown. So it's still up there. You know, they reenact the battle somewhere in South Carolina. My former pastor called out where one of the kids said, "Get them Yankees!"
Oh my gosh!
And that's and actually that's the first time I found out there were black Confederate soldiers. Wrap that around your mind.
Yes, yes.
Black Confederate soldiers. I don't know if they were fighting for slavery. I don't know if anybody can wrap themselves around that. But yeah, South Carolina, the culture is different, things like that. It's very different. But like I said, if you know what you go to school for, I came across a lot of folks who knew where they were going. They knew where they was going to minister to, and they knew where they was going to go afterwards. Some were successful. Then I saw the flip side of it. You know, I talked to one of the alumni where they were so prepared to go, and then his wife got sick or something like that. Her health put a red light on them going overseas to their mission, but God still did what they did through them. You know, it didn't stop their mission though. It's just that they were doing their mission here. He made a way. It's just that, so I saw the flip side of it, and I didn't know where I was going, and I was meeting people who knew exactly what they were going to do. So yeah, you'll see a whole bunch of different things in seminary.